friend of mine likes to say, stupid has the stories. As I sat at the top of Ophir Pass in the San Juan Mountains of Colorado, I knew that dropping down the other side on my motorcycle probably wasn't the wisest move on my part. Just how much of a story I'd stumble into remained to be seen.
Can't stop it, ain't no one on my level, ain't no one on this planet that's regardless what they take, we're taking it back into the beginning when I'm just killing them with the battle rats. Be rapping on them when I'm coming, they can handle that. Homie, independent boy, I'm nobody else, man, I did it on my own.
Earlier that day, I joined forces with a group of 3 to head over what I thought would be an easy climb up and over the 11,800-foot pass into the heart of the jagged mountain range. Instead of an easy layup, the loose rocky trail stood guard as a formidable defense to the rugged backcountry. Not only did the tough pass leave us winded, but it knocked a rider off his bike more than once and had us wondering whether we could even surmount the pass together as a group. With some help from the crew and a passing tourist-laden Jeep, all 4 of us finally stood together at the pass. Eventually, though, they continued on with their journey, leaving me to return home alone. I kept quiet about my intent to ride back via the now-feared Ophir Pass because I didn't want to cause a stir. I could hear their complaints and protests, so I just pretended to go along with their notion that I'd take the long way home to avoid the solo descent through the steep, rocky terrain. I figured that if I'm going to crash, I'd rather not worry you about it. So there I was, not really where I wanted to be, but given the circumstances, I felt I had no choice but to confront my fears and head back down the way I'd come up. The top of the route, though filled with jagged, slippery rocks, wasn't overly demanding. Navigating through the rocky debris, I kept the bike on 2 wheels. Down the hard incline that had earlier claimed one of our riders, I continued. Then things got interesting. The road dropped off and the surface got rockier. Not just filled with more rocks, but more loose rocks, the kind that stood between rider and terra firma. With such little grip, my attempts to apply the brakes would just lead to my wheels locking up and my bike skidding down the trail, either into the wall of rocks beside me, or, much worse, down the dizzying drop off into the valley deep below. Instead, I opted to slowly, inch by inch, scoot my bike down. With 2 feet and 2 wheels on the unfriendly surface, I managed to remain upright and on 2 wheels. The repetition became a rhythm, however ungraceful and unskilled it might have seemed. The thing about a rhythm is that once you break it, everything goes to hell. When a Jeep coming up in the opposite direction forced me to stop, that was it. Hell had its moment. Fuck, this is hard. Lifting a 250-pound bike and getting it properly pointed downhill while staring over the edge of a precipice definitely took it out of me. As I started moving downhill again, I lost control of my bike. Downhill it sped, but this time I stayed calm and got the uncooperative Husqvarna back under control before it bit the dirt once again. Finally, I made it down the mountain and into familiar terrain. It just so happened that on that day, I celebrated my 60th birthday. I guess my gift to myself was a story to tell.
And I won't ever doubt myself again.